waking up early is one of the greatest things that you can do in life, and if you haven't started doing it yet, I'm very excited for you to try it. So for a long time of my life, I wouldn't wake up early. I would like sleeping in. I would wake up just when I had to before school. But the later years, I've started to make my waking time go like earlier and earlier. What does waking up early do for you? Well, when you just wake up, there's nothing that have distracted you. So you're like fully focused, so you can do like your greatest work tasks, and you can do with really whatever you want, but like do some work or do some of the self-improvement habits and just be completely present. And when you do stuff in the morning, for example, for me, it has been a very great trick to wake up early for a long time, because I would get like extra good hours of the day, the hours before you go to sleep, you're like tired and stuff. So by moving my bedtime earlier and waking up earlier, I would actually I would be energized in the morning because I had just slept, and I would be able to like do a lot of self-improvement habits to just get that off for the day and actually get the time to do it. Because when you come home after a full day, you've went to the like sports or went to the gym and you went to school, like you're tired, you don't want to do all these habits. But if you do them right when you wake up, that's just a huge benefit. So that is a very good thing, to start waking up early. And that also complements with the video that I made about having a morning routine. You can add this into your morning routine to your bedtime, and then when you want to wake up. So what I did to move my waking time earlier, this might seem like obvious, and you say, yeah, well, you just set your alarm clock to 6 o'clock. Well, waking up earlier is just like all the other habits of self-improvement. If you make it too hard for yourself, if you say that you can easily do something that's very hard, you're not going to do it. Like, this is again slap your ego, because your ego is not with you, it's really against you. So what I did was, let's say before I would usually wake up at like 7 o'clock in the morning, and I wanted to get that down to 6 a.m. That was my goal. So I would just start moving the time by 15 minutes first. And when I was already like almost immediately comfortable with that. But when I was comfortable with moving it like 15 minutes, then I would do it for a couple of days so that it will feel normal and I wouldn't think much about it. And then I would move it like 15 minutes more, and I would just keep doing that until I got down to 6 a.m. And now you might ask, weren't you getting tired? No, because in the other end, I was just moving my bedtime earlier as well. So let's say before I went to bed at 10 p.m. and I woke up at 7 a.m. Now I would just go to bed at 9 p.m. and wake up at 6 a.m. And in this hour, I had a lot of stuff that I could do. So I would do meditation, or I still do actually. I would do meditation, and I would do gratitude journaling, and those were the main things back then. And I would always also waste some time back then, but it's gone better now. So what I do now when it's 6 is that I go do red light therapy, I meditate, I read, then I read the Bible, and I gratitude journal, and those are the things that I have from like 6 a.m. to like almost 7 a.m. It takes me about a little less than an hour, but for some time I've started getting into the habit of waking up even earlier, and this might seem crazy to you, and I don't think that if you haven't started, trying to wake up earlier yet, you shouldn't really do what I'm gonna tell you now. So what I've done is that I've started waking up at 5 a.m. It seems crazy to me still. Like, I've done it consistently for the past week, and that is a really blissful experience. And just if you're thinking, I don't go to bed at 8 p.m., I still go 9 p.m., because I know I just feel more like energized when I wake up at 5 a.m. than 6 a.m. I don't know if I'm getting too much sleep, which no, that can't be true. But I'm still getting the 8 hours, which is all right. It's not. It could be better, but it's still fine. I mean, most people still get that. So when I wake up at 5 a.m., I just do like some deep work task, which is so nice because then when the time is 7 a.m., I've already done all the self improvement habits almost, and I've maybe filmed a video or edited one, or just done some deep work or learned something. And I believe that you should have the same benefit because it just gives you a head start. Also, because nobody can annoy you, like nobody can disturb you when you're sitting late at night trying to, make a video, trying to script it. If you're trying to journal, meditate or something, people can contact your phone, and if you're like new to self improvement, you might still be like addicted to your phone, so that will disturb you a lot. Bro, nobody is awake at 5 a.m. Do you think there's any sounds outside at 5 a.m.? Do you think that I can hear my neighbor doing stuff or somebody's texting me on my phone? Nobody, bro. At 5 a.m., everybody is sleeping. When I come to school and ask people, oh, then when did you wake up? They say, oh, I woke up at 7:30, and we have to get to school at 8:15. So waking up early is a very blissful experience, and it can also help you become more consistent because you are more focused in the morning and you haven't given away your brain points. So I'll just explain brain points, what I mean by that. So when you go about your day, there are some like your main tasks that you want to use your focus on. So if you go to school, it would be like the work that you have to do. And when you, for example, wake up and you have to decide what clothes to wear or what to eat in the morning, those things take away your brain points. Like every time you have to decide something which is pretty much, it really doesn't matter. That's taking away your brain points. So if you do it in the morning, no brain points will be taken away. If you do it at night time, a lot of them will be taken away. So doing it in the morning you'll be very much more productive than doing it at night time. So I'll just recap and tell you like the actionable part and what you can actually do to do this. So let's just take an example. Say you wake up at 7 a.m. normally. Tomorrow you try to wake up 7:15, and you just try to stick to that because it's not fairly hard to just wake up 15 minutes before what you're used to. So try to stick to that, and when that feels comfortable, you go down to 7:30. Then you do the same progress, and then you go down to 6:15, and then you go down to 6, whatever your goal may be. If you just want to wake up at 7:30, that's fine. Just try to do that. But I recommend to at least go for, like, hey, have your big goal. If you're a complete new beginner, have your big goal at 6 a.m. Try to get to that. That is very nice. That is, when you say to people, oh, I wake up at 6 a.m. and you've been on self-improvement for some weeks or months, that's a very nice feeling. But so try to move it 15 minutes. And if you go to bed at like a crazy time, just don't do that. If you go to bed at 10 a.m. and you want to wake up at 6 a.m., you could say that now you have to go to bed at 9 p.m. to go to bed at 6 a.m. That's what I would recommend. So when you move your waking time back by 15 minutes, you also move your bedtime back by 15 minutes. So it's basically like progressively overloading in the gym. Every time you feel comfortable with your new waking time and your new bedtime, you just progressively take it back a step further back, and then you just continue to do that until you've hit your goal. And you might say, well, why do I want to wake up early? I can just do it when I wake up normally. If you have to go, for example, if you're in my spot right now, I go to school. If I wake up at 7, I won't have the time to do this stuff. And let's just say you're not in school, you have all day long. if you wake up late, you know, you've overslept, you're just waking up and the sun is already out, you're missing out on so many things. Like, the day has been going on for such a long time, and now the morning won't be a time where you can actually focus and be for yourself, because everybody is awake if you wake up late. If you wake up early, pretty much nobody is. So destroy the belief about trying to wake up late is just as good. It really isn't. It also really fucks up your brain's idea of the day, your circadian rhythm, that's what it's called, because your brain will start to think that if you wake up at 10 a.m., right, it'll start to think that that is the morning time because you're waking up then. Well, it's really not. The sun is out at that point and everybody's going about their day. Like 7 or 6 a.m., that's actually morning. So by waking up early, you also aid your circadian rhythm. I hope this video serves you very well and you actually accomplish your goals in waking up early. And if you have none right now, make some, because if you haven't been excited by the words that I've spoken to you, I don't know what will make you excited about waking up early. If you want to see more videos from a smaller YouTuber just like me, click the subscribe button down below. And as always, put one foot in front of the other.